Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today, I want to talk about how it's not always about the money. Sometimes you just want the freedom. Okay, so I am coming to you today from the Ridgeway. It is a beautiful spring day. Finally, it's starting to get warm. We're having some really good weather in England this week. So I just had to get out at the end of the workday and just go for a little walk. So today I want to talk a little bit about money and freedom. This is something that comes up a lot in conversations, especially on the live stream. When we talk about revenue, we talk about, somebody asked me the other day on the live stream, if you could make more money through YouTube than you could with apps, would you just switch over to YouTube? Right? And I also had a conversation with a friend of mine. We're talking about revenue and how much we earn and stuff like that. And I was like, I had to caveat it with like, I could be making a lot more money. Like it's because I could, like it's never about the money. I mean, you get to a certain point where when you're not making enough, it's always about the money. Like, how can I be earning more? But then you get to a point where you're like, dude, I just want to have more freedom. I just want to be able to do what I want to do. I told this story once before, years ago, but I'm going to tell it again. Like when I started Overpass, like when I just started to get the inklings of it, when I started thinking, I'd like to do my own business, do my own thing. It was like I was working at this job that, like, the last permanent employment job I had back in 2003, something like that, 2002, 2003. And for whatever reason, I had to go home in the middle of the day. So I was working in this office and I had to go home in the middle of the day. I think it was I go home early for a nativity play, or one of my kids was sick or something. But I just remember being on the train in the middle of the day and there was some guy on his mobile phone behind me. He was talking whatever to somebody, and he was talking about we're going to get this resource here, we're going to get this resource over there, and he's going to be our resource for this and everything like that. And it kind of bothered me. First of all, I was like, who's this jerk? First of all, why is he sitting there in the middle of the day, on the train? Why isn't he working in an office like I have to? And secondly, why does he refer to people as resources? I mean, of course I've heard of that before, human resources and everything like that, but it kind of bothered me because I started to think, dude, I'm just a resource and I don't have any freedom with my time. Like, I would love to be on the train in the middle of the day when it's not rush hour. I'm not trying to beat the crowds and all that kind of stuff. And that's when I started to think about like what I actually wanted to do. I mean, you need to make enough money. When you have kids, when you have a family, you have to make enough money. But more than the money, it was all about, I wanted to have control over my schedule and control over my time. There was, if you've ever seen the movie Jackie Brown, the Quentin Tarantino one, there's this one scene where the bounty hunter, or the bail bondsman, he says, he just gets up in the middle of the day, and his coworker says, "Hey, where are you going?" He goes, "I'm going to go see a movie." Right? He says, "What are you going to see?" "I don't know, whatever looks good and starts soon." And I thought, that's the kind of life I want. I want to just be able to go to the movies like on a Tuesday afternoon. And I have done. Still felt a bit guilty about it. But, for me, when I do talk about the money stuff, it sounds like if you're not making enough, dude, I've been there. I have so been there. When you go hat in hand and try to ask for a raise, or you're thinking, how can I make it through this month? I've been there. And when you're in that situation, it's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're in that situation, it's all about the money. But hopefully you get to the point where it isn't. And, but your ego gets involved. Like when I tell people how much I'm making, my ego gets involved and I have to say, but I could be making a lot more. So anyway, but I have the freedom to do stuff like this here this afternoon. And I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're being healthy, be safe, and I'll talk to you again next time.